Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here. So I wanted to come on camera here for a minute because I do have some house cleaning here. The topic of the video for this one, we're going to focus on the first wash after applying Hydro Lite. For me, it's been 2 weeks already. For you, it just seems like it's just the other day I applied the coating, but it's been 2 weeks, and uh, from a gloss perspective, this has been looking fantastic in the daylight, even in ambient lighting conditions when it's not sunny, like dusk or early morning. The car looks great. It's really glossy, so this is really good. I know it's expensive, and here's the deal. I was asking DIY Detail on their last live stream that they just had for their 100th podcast episode and their second year anniversary, if they're going to have sales on their coupons. I should say coupons. I mean their gift cards. If they're going to have a sale on that anytime soon. Now the reason I was asking that is because that is a perfect opportunity. You buy a gift card at a discounted price, then you can use that towards Hydro Lite. That will save you a lot of money because then you can use my promo code. It'll save you 10%. And again, I'm just trying to look out for you to save some money for those of you who really want to try this product. And so here's the other thing. They had a crazy deal during that live stream where they actually offered Hydro Lite at 35% off. That is insane. It brought down the price to, I think it was I think just shy of $200 roughly, if I recall correctly. I can't remember, but either way, it was such a great deal. You know what I did? I took my gift card that I had a $100 gift card that I bought sometime last year when they were on sale, and I bought me another bottle. I paid for $115 shipped out of my own pocket to get this because I had the gift card, and that's why I was asking, when are they going to go on sale anytime soon, because that's a perfect opportunity to buy Hydro Lite. I think that will save you a lot of money. And you can use my discount code, you can use Eddie's, you can use Joey's, you can use Jamie's. Whoever has a discount code, just use theirs. Support our channels. That's all we really appreciate from all of you. So again, I just wanted to kind of talk about that. The other thing is I applied the Restore and Protect on there. This has only been on there for a week, so we're going to take a look at that and see how this does. I still had the applicator on here, and it's right here in front of me. It's right here, and it got really crunchy, so it does have some ceramic protection in there, and it will harden up the applicator for those of you who are interested in that kind of stuff. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about here, I have a couple more things, is DIY Detail also announced their let's see if I can remember, DIY tuber, is that what it's called? Anyway, what they're gonna do, and I think this is a great idea, especially for those of you who are starting a YouTube channel. You know, it's not easy starting a channel. Put yourself out on camera, it's not easy. Criticism is not easy. Once you get over all that, it's pretty straightforward. But the hardest thing is actually figuring out what type of content we're going to shoot. So they announced that program, and that program is going to include sort of like it's a competition basically. I believe it's every quarter. I think they're going to choose 4 individuals, if I recall correctly, for the first round. Let's say that. You're going to compete against each other. You may get some collaborative efforts, you know, between the two. They will provide product to you, which I think is great because that saves you a lot of money. And you just make content, and then you guys are going to compete against yourselves. And then, you know, one person. I think I think I'd have to go watch it. I'll just link the video. Anyway, you're going to be moving on, and you compete against the second round people and so forth. And then they have a chance to, if you don't make it to the second round, then they can have a chance to kind of vote for somebody to kind of move on. It's pretty cool. It's a really neat experience. I think it's great for those of you who have smaller channels. Just go ahead and sign up. If they have, I don't know how they're going to do this. If they offer a sign up thing, just go ahead and sign up. Take advantage of it. I think it's great. It's they're going to focus primarily on YouTube. So for those of you who use Instagram, you may want to think about coming up with a YouTube channel, and I think it's going to be subscribers 250 to 5,000 subscribers, something like that. So I think it's great. So again, props to DIY Detail. The other thing I want to say is I want to do some. I want to thank the guys over at DIY Detail, Nick and Ivan. They have been great at promoting the channel, sending me product. Like I don't ask them, I was like, hey, can you send me this and that? They just send it out of the blue. Like Ivan will text me and say, hey, you got this product coming along the way. So I really appreciate that from them, because that's basically, they have trust in me to provide feedback on their product, share my experience with all of you out here, and kind of educate you on how to use the product, how the way I use it, what's my user experience type thing. So I really appreciate that from those guys. They do a great job at really promoting smaller channels. So I really kind of just get that out. I want to thank them again. And so let's get to the topic of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of prop this up here. And I do have some stuff here I want to talk about in a minute here. So one thing I will mention is, so again, we're going to go ahead and do a first wash. I'm going to use Incredible Suds here. So I think, actually, let me get the camera back on my head real quick, and then that way I can kind of get situated here on what I want to do. Here, okay, hopefully you guys are adjusted pretty well. If not, we'll move you down a bit. Okay, so as I was mentioning, I want to thank Ivan and those guys for sending stuff out. Again, they just sent me the new C6 Ceramics Mist Detailer / Rinse Aid, which pairs with Hydro Lite. So we're going to try that out today, and we're going to show you. I'm going to show you how to use this in a couple different ways here. They do have a video on this already. So again, I want to thank Ivan for sending this out. So we're going to just go ahead and just prep this already. I'm going to get the sprayer here and just get it ready in here. So it's actually pretty nice out there. It's 78, I think, today. It's really nice out here. So I just backed the Equinox to get me some shade over there. Okay, so we got the mist drying aid here, which will pair with Hydro Lite. And this is supposed to, it's basically a product that's going to play with Hydro Lite, not take away from the coating's performance in terms of masking it. And so I kind of just want to mention that real quick. And you can use it, again, I've applied the Restore and Protect. You can use it over that too as well. If you have a DIY detail coating, you can use it over that as well. So again, you know, just go ahead and use it as you wish. They also sent me Hydro Glass. And so let me get this one open. If I can, I should have opened this with the blade. Where's my blade? Here we go. Got the. Okay, this will work. Okay. So the Hydro Glass is the dedicated glass coating in the C6 ceramic line. This is going to be available to everyone. So it's a consumer grade coating. And in the package you get the applicator, and you get a 30 ml bottle of Hydro Lite. I think this retails for 130 bucks if I recall correctly. This is going to go a long way, especially if you're just coating the windshield. This is going to go a long way. So again, the packaging looks fantastic. You get everything in there. So they sent me this in the kit as well. So I think for the Equinox, I'm just going to show you the application portion on the glass, but we're going to do the rear glass where the rear wipers at, because I've actually already put coatings on the front glass. And then I'll put it on my brother's truck and we'll test it out. So all right, so let's mix up Incredible Suds here. Now they state all you need is 30 milliliters in here. I've actually never put this in a foam cannon. So they state the directions are not correct. They said add 4 to 5 ounces in your foam cannon, but DIY Detail has mentioned many times all you need is 30 milliliters. So we're gonna go ahead and shake this up. Now the thing about this one is it's pretty thick. So if I apply it into my thing here, you can see how thick it is. You can see how thick it is. I'm actually going to go right around there. It's closer to 40, but so when you pour it out, you can see you're leaving product out in your container. So just all you do is just take your finger and push the soap in here. If you want to get all of it into your foam cannon. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to just squirt it. I just wanted to give you guys. I just wanted to show you how thick it is when you're getting this in there. So again, I've got most of it out of here. What am I looking for? I don't need that. Just got that out of the way. So now I got soap all over my hand. I was like, why do I have that bottle cap in my finger? Okay, so again, that's really how you do it. Ideally, what I would have done is I would have just squirted it in the container. So that's going to do that. I'm going to add a couple squirts into the bucket, and then we're going to go ahead and pre-foam the Equinox. We're going to rinse it off, foam it again, and we're going to do a contact wash with it. So I'm going to go ahead and wash the wheels and tires first. And for that, I'm just going to use the rest of my Clean Ion Pro from Naziol, which works really good, but has one of the worst dilutions in there. So hopefully they figure it out, because it's 1-to-1 dilution. You're going to go through this bottle in 2 washes, which is basically what I did. So let me just go ahead and wash the wheels and tires. I'm going to use that, and I think we're good to go. So let me be right back, and I'll show you what the what the coating looks like after the first foam process. All right, so be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back here. So right now the car has been foamed. This is the pre-foam with DIY Detail Incredible Suds. I didn't want to bore you with the pre-foam. I'll show you the rinse off process, which is more important of Hydro Lite. So it's been sitting here for a couple minutes. The car wasn't super dirty because the car stays outside 24/7. It does have like a nice layer of dust on it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just rinse this off now and give you guys an idea of how this looks. Let's see, what's the best way to show you? Maybe the hood, but let me just rinse from the top down. Adjust my nozzle. I mean, that's just the initial rinse. Look at those tight beads on there. So I'll get you a better shot here in a minute. Get this, it's pretty tight right here. So I mean, can you guys look at that? That's some pretty tight water beading. That looks pretty darn sweet. I mean, if that doesn't give you a nice feeling that this coating is legit, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So that looks pretty darn good. Here's the trim, if you can actually see it. Let me take the camera off here. That's the plastic trim. Probably down here is better. So you can see how hydrophobic the trim is. But man, it looks really good. Again, that's just for the initial rinse. This looks pretty impressive. real nice beading here. Again, I haven't even done the contact wash here. Let me refoam it here in a second. Let me get you all situated, but I mean, that looks pretty darn good. So if this doesn't give you a good feeling of how hydrophobic this coating is, again, I don't know what to tell you. Again, this real nice water behavior on here. And again, we'll just refoam it with Incredible Suds and go into the contact wash. Maybe we'll turn this into a wash and talk from this point on. Kind of just talk about just random stuff that comes in my head. I'm going to film it from back here. So this is roughly about 35 to 40 milliliters of Incredible Suds in, I think it was 700 milliliters. And you can see how thick that is. So I had enough to do 2 rounds of foam with 700 milliliters on the Equinox. Okay, so I'm going to swap this out. Actually, what I'm going to do is dump the rest of the soap that's in here. Alright, so maybe like I said, we'll turn this into like a wash and talk session here and kind of just chit chat about random stuff. Part here. Okay, so I know people have been asking me for the rinseless wash video, like a top whatever. I'm going to do top 3 just for the simple fact that it limits the amount of choices for all of you, rather than doing top 5. So I just recorded that before doing this wash process, so look out for that. And I just basically titled it for quarter number 2. Quarter number 2 is actually the end of June, and I think that's again a good segue into getting started with like which ones are my go-tos, which ones I would reach for, which ones I would recommend. So I'll tell you what, your mitt's going to glide over this really nicely. I might need the 4th pad. It glides over real nice where Hydro Lite's on. So I'm playing around with this these flat out pads to kind of see what, you know, if I like the wash process of multiple mitts in the bucket. I will go ahead and wash the trim. And so far I think I do like it. I think if you're doing like the foam rinse foam, you could get by with just one wash mitt. But if you want to play it safe, you know, like some people overthink the wash process, and so if you want to throw, you know, add multiple mitts into your bucket, you know, I think this is a good option here. I mean, I like it. I think if you had like soft paint, maybe it's a real good option. Yeah, we'll use that fourth one here. Yeah, so I think if you had soft paint, I think it's a real good option. So you don't, you know, mar the surface. They're really soft. And the really soft wash pads, since they're microfiber. So I think they're really nice. Flip this over. And they hold a lot of solution in there. You know, I didn't think I was gonna like driving this daily, but you know, I like it. You know, it's giving me a different take from driving the Grand Prix for such a long period of time. You know, I've had that car since 1999, and I need to go get a quote for a repaint on that one. So I've had it since then. And it's been a good car. You know, I really haven't had a problem with it. I fixed all the common problem in there on that car is the lower intake manifold gaskets. Those do go bad over time. Easy fix. I did that all myself. And my dad, my brother, and I, we did that a long time ago. What else do we do for that? Like I said, just regular maintenance. For it. So just like I said, driving this has been a little different experience. It does feel pretty quick because my brother he put the trifecta tune on here, which you can disable with the engaging the cruise control. So it definitely ups the amount of power on this thing, changes the shift points. It's really nice. It disables auto start stop, which is kind of annoying feature. Kind of an annoying feature on here is that auto start stop. So yeah, I'll be keeping this for a while just to drive it and get the Grand Prix repainted. I do need to take the Camaro to the shop too, because it's got a misfire that I can't figure out. Look at that, look at that. Can you see all those little beads on there? Looks great. I mean, how can you not like this? let me go get the bottle of mist. I gotta change out the battery on the GoPro because it's dying. So let me go do that and I'll come back to it. So I do want to showcase a use for mist while we have the car wet. And then we'll talk about drying aid here. So let me just go get that and then go get a new battery. And take a look at mist from C6 Ceramics. This is your maintenance product for your C6 Hydro Lite coating or any of your C6 ceramic coatings. Just get that wet a little bit. One way to kind of use this, as Ivan mentioned here, because actually if you watch the video, because there's no directions on the bottle, so you have to kind of just research this. But one way to use it is if you have a wet panel, maybe I'll just use this fender. If you have a wet panel, you go ahead and just spray this on there. Maybe I'll do this door because it's too much in the sun. So you just go ahead and just lightly mist it. And what you're going to do while it's still wet is you're going to spray upwards to spread the product out. And so that's one way to use it. The other way to use it is a traditional drying aid, but this is where people give me a hard time here for when I'm using a drying aid. Now when I use a drying aid, I'm actually drying off the vehicle first. I'm actually using the Eagle blower to dry the paint up first, then I'll come back and touch up any remaining water. If you want to go ahead and apply your drying aid while the surface is this wet, by all means go for it. It's not the wrong way. It's whatever way works for you. Keep in mind, if you're doing it with this method where you have a lot of water on the surface, you're diluting the product that you're using even further. So if you're looking to get protection out of it from your drying aid, it's going to be diluted doing it this way, because now you're introducing water on the surface. If you blow dry the surface off and you don't have a lot of water on here, you get better durability from your drying aid. Why? Because you don't have less water on the surface. So I'm just going to dry this off, then we'll come back and we'll go for the other application of the C6 mist, because I don't want to, I'll show you when this blows off while we're at it, because it is pretty loud. So that's what I would do to blow this off, and you can see there's literally no water on the surface. The reason you would follow up with your drying aid is because there is a little bit of remaining standing water in areas like right here, and so you want to get those areas dried off, and that kind of prevents you from getting any water spots. So that's the way I use a drying aid. Let me go ahead and finish drying this with the Ego blower here, and then I'll come back to you and we'll show you the second usage of C6 mist. All right, everyone, and welcome back here. So this is the second use of C6 mist here. And as I mentioned, if there's any standing water, which right now there isn't, but I want to just come back and just touch up I'm gonna open up the trigger here. There we go. And I will just take my secondary towel. I'll just leave it like this because it's easier to grab, and then just wipe it dry. Again, if you use the method I showed you where you dry off the surface, there's less water on there, so you're gonna get more durability out of your drying aid. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Honestly, I don't. I don't know if they mentioned it, but once you get it on there, I mean, it feels pretty darn slick. Even though the coating's already has that slick sensation to the touch, this is just kind of increasing that tactile sensation that we all love and are used to. And actually, before I do that, put that there, put my gloves on, because I don't want to put anything on my skin from C6 mist. So I recommend wearing gloves if you can, so I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on, because I don't want that anything from those spray products on my skin. I'm kind of just this kind of just helps things through. And then of course, if you want, like I'm outside, it's kind of windy, so if you're spraying directly into the wind, just kind of be careful, as you might get some blowback and it might hit you in the face. But I'm making a video, so if I'm making a video, you can't hear me that well on this on here. So let me go ahead and just, I only got that on there. Now I don't have to worry about getting anything on my skin. So I'll just keep you guys on here. And again, I'll just wipe this in. I gotta get some touch-up paint to touch up some of these rock chips that are on here. So again, you don't need that much spray on there. Just gonna mop this up. There's a little bit of, so if I would have left these spots on here, these water spots, they would have turned into hard water spots. But because I'm drying right away, they won't turn into water spots. Okay, so let me go over here, and so you can see here I have some dried on water spot stuff, or minerals. But let me get the top first, and I'll show you how easy those come off. Okay, so just work this in area by area. Go over the trim. Let's see if this goes away. Look at that. Just took them right off the pillars. So these pillars I just PPF'd with the expel kit that came in. And that it went on really good, really smooth, no issues. Doing that, the one that was hard was back here. That one was kind of a pain in the butt because of the curves on here. I can just go over it. Okay, just one miss per door is good enough. And again, I'm going over the plastic trim that has the Restore and Protect. Okay, it smells pretty good, actually, this product. It smells good. Just go ahead and wipe that up. Now people are thinking, like, well, why are you topping it after only washing it for 2 weeks? This coating is supposed to have 6 years. It's supposed to be the best coating on the planet. Well, if I don't demonstrate the product using it, then I mean, there's really no point in creating content for you guys. So that's why I'm doing this. And since I already have it out, I'll just do the entire car. It's really that simple. Let me go over this glass. Yeah, so that's the simple answer for that is, number one, the coating doesn't need it. You guys saw the hydrophobic behavior from it. Now they sent it to me, meaning Ivan sent me this C6 mist, so I can show you how to use it, and that there is a maintenance product for the Hydro line. Because people were asking, well, what can I use for a drying aid? Can I use ceramic gloss? And then Ivan said, well, if you use ceramic gloss, you're going to see the properties of ceramic gloss, not the properties of Hydro Lite. And then people started panicking because they don't want to mask their coating with an inferior, I shouldn't say inferior, but with a different chemistry. And C6 was working on this anyway, and they came out with it. So I think they did a good job to stay ahead of it, knowing that people were going to ask, what can I use to put on my vehicle as a drying aid that won't mask or hinder the performance of my coating, of my C6 coating. And this is the answer to it. And I don't, it's not as durable as ceramic gloss. They've already mentioned that. And I'll have the folks over at DIY kind of chime in and see what the actual durability is. I really don't know. Honestly, for a spray product, if I'm using it often, I don't really care. So you can't even tell that there's PPF on here. That's how good the quality is for the expel. It's really clear. Put this up here real fast. Just a little bit of schmutz there. Does this one have? No, it doesn't. This one didn't have the soap residue like the other side. Trying to see which side had the product there. So again, one more mist. Boom, boom. With the plastic trim. Come back with your secondary towel, or flip over your towel, whichever method you prefer. And you're done. So again, the surface was already slick to begin with, so it's really hard to justify how slick this is. There's a little bit of soap residue left. Okay. Yeah, some of the soap kind of dried on the surface, but yeah, that's it. I mean, that's basically the first wash with C6 Hydro Lite. And the maintenance product that they just came out with. C6 Mist, which you can use on any surface. You can use it with the DIY coatings if you want. You can use it with a regular ceramic coating if you want. You can use it with pretty much any coating you want to put on you have on your paint. Graphene. But it was designed to work with the C6 Hydro Lite, which you guys saw had fantastic hydrophobics, and my neighbor's hacking a lung out. And that's it. So it's really easy to use. The coating is already glossy. This is going to add some gloss to it. I mean, it looks pretty darn good. Let me take this safety glasses off for a minute so I can check it out. Yeah. So we'll add gloss. It will add slickness. The coating was already glossy to begin with. The coating was already slick to begin with. But the tactile sensation under the towel feels really nice. So I mean, you can see how easy it is that the towel glides on there. So it's pretty good. So I want to thank the guys over at DIY Detail again. I want to thank Ivan for sending out the coating here. Both coatings actually. The Restore and Protect, which I'll do the front bumper. I'll do the front bumper right now before I finish this. And then also the Hydro Lite. Again, I ended up buying another bottle using my gift card, so I spent 115 bucks on a $300 coating, and I can get 2 more applications from that one plus the one from here, so I have 3 more applications I can get out of. I'm going to use the remaining here to coat the wheels on the car here pretty soon. And then as far as maintenance, you have C6 Ceramic Mist, which is a spray. You can use it as a detailer, you can use it as a drying aid, you can use it when the surface is wet, kind of like quick beads. You spray it on there and then you kind of just spray it from the top to bottom, or you can use it as a traditional drying aid like I showed you here. I know people are going to say it was like, well, the surface is already dry to begin with. Again, my counter argument from there is I use a blower. You guys saw how easy it blew off the coating on here, or the water on the coating, that any remaining water that was left, I can just come back and touch it up with my towels, and then I can just come back and wipe off the surface, and it's not going to scratch or mar or anything like that. I'm not worried about putting a different type of protection type product on top of the C6 coating, because I know, like I said, a lot of people kind of get gridded out by that. And I think overall the coating looks great. The coating is super hydrophobic. It's very user friendly. It's very easy to apply. Is it going to last 6 years? Honestly, I don't know. Am I going to have the Equinox for 6 years? Honestly, I don't know. Am I going to leave the coating on for through next year? Maybe. I don't know. So there's a lot of unknown factors. You know, is it going to survive the UV from here in Southern California? Because we do have high UV days, and the first areas that suffer from hydrophobics are the flat surfaces, hood, roof, and then the car is a trunk. This one not so much on the hatch. The sides and the lower bottoms always remain intact for me, and that's just a known thing for those who live in states like California, Arizona, Florida. They tend to lose hydrophobics on those surfaces that don't deal with snow. So overall, I think it's a great line of products here. As I mentioned, I know people are saying, well, you didn't buy the coating. Well, you know what? I ended up buying another bottle for myself, and I will use it on a future project. I don't know what, but I have another coating to work with. So overall, really nice product from DIY Detail. You guys saw the first wash. You just got to see how hydrophobic it is. You got to see the spray detailer's mist in action. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and polish off this rear glass. I think it still has, I think this glass I didn't touch because I didn't know what to put on it. I think this one still has the Armor Detail Supply coating on here. And so I'm going to go ahead and polish this. And I'm going to put the C6 hydro glass on here because I want to show you the application portion from it, just so you guys can get an idea of how easy it is to apply and how to work with it. And then I'm going to put it on my brother's truck. He'll test it and see how it holds up over time. So that's the overall project here. This video is a little longer because I wanted to show you the first wash experience with C6 Hydro Lite and the maintenance product from Mist. So again, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post down below. And again, take care everyone, and yeah, again, post down below. Bye.